Today I want to share some tips with you on how to make running not be so taxing and hard on your joints, muscles, and cardiovascular system. They can be applied to any level of runner or triathlete. Number one, slow down, especially beginner who might not quite understand their paces. They might quite not understand what easy, hard, moderate means. Train on an RPE scale of 1 to 10, where you want to spend the majority of your runs at an RPE of 3 to 5 to build that foundation and that running efficiency. If you don't feel like you can keep a low intensity, and you can incorporate walk breaks. There's nothing wrong with walking during your recovery runs and endurance runs, and even your interval runs. Walking between faster efforts is only going to help you recover and make those faster efforts that much faster if you're someone with experience who's starting to do some interval training. Number two is making sure the frequency of your running comes first before you build up duration, and that comes before you build up intensity. Frequency is so important. So if you have, let's say 2 hours to train per week, instead of 2 1-hour runs, I'd rather have you do 4 30-minute runs. When it comes to running more frequently, I think the best time to do that is in the fall. The temperatures are cooler. If you're a multi-sport athlete, usually the fall and winter is kind of your off-season, out-of-season, where you can focus on a single sport such as running. I actually have a single sport off-season running program that Dave and I created, and we sell on Training Peaks. We created educational videos within the plan. And the general rule of thumb is increasing duration by about 10% and taking every 3rd or 4th week as a lower volume week to recover. When you're running, you're working on form, which means a forward lean. It means a nice posture with an arm swing with your arm bent at about a 90-degree angle, shoulder, elbow from wrist. You lean forward, and cadence trumps stride. When you're working on running form, you want to make sure you first work on run cadence, how many steps you take per minute. Once that's efficient and consistent at any given pace, then you try to keep that cadence and increase your stride, and that's going to allow you to run faster with less effort. Now, if you're more an immediate or advanced runner, you want to start adding things like fartlek running, tempo running, intervals, threshold. That's all going to be components of a well-rounded training plan if that's where you're at. You want to work on pacing, such as negatively splitting, where you run the first half of your run easier, the second half of your run is at a faster pace. Definitely a faster effort. Pace is all relative to the terrain that you're running on. You want to make sure you're working on mobility, which is range of motion at the joint, specifically hip mobility. And then you also want to incorporate maybe some heavy strength training up to some plyometrics, where you're working on power. That's for more advanced. And then definitely working on your core strength, which is the area front and back between your hips and shoulders. All of that is going to make you a more efficient runner, and then if you're a more efficient runner, you're going to be a faster runner and you're going to enjoy it. If you have any questions, like I said before, if you have questions about your running form, send me a run form for analysis. Make sure you check out our half marathon and marathon programs that we offer on Training Peaks. Join the chatter in our T2 Endurance Facebook group, and I hope you make it a great day.